Hey, crypto family. So, it's going to be another Luna video covering some more stuff that's come to the surface. One of those being Blackrock Capital drama, as well as a couple other stablecoins showing signs of depegging, and an article about Kwon about some previous projects he's been in. So, before we start, I want to say if you haven't joined the Discord, definitely join it. Data's Crypto Club, over 740 members. We cover a lot of latest articles covering stocks, crypto, as well as some general chats. We have members chats as well. If you want to join, it's in the description, pinned in the comments, as well as the top right of the screen. There is a link as well. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So looking at Luna's price right now, we can see it's at $1.12. Now, when I made my video yesterday, it was $12.50. So it has gone down tremendously. That's basically the cycle of basically them selling Luna to try to restable the peg of UST, but then, having to sell Luna, it basically drops the price of Luna. So it's kind of a cycle where Luna price eventually goes to zero. So be interesting to see what happens with Luna right now, but again, there may be some buying opportunities, but as always, be careful. First, talking about the BlackRock controversy. So, for those who don't know, BlackRock is one of the biggest companies, basically investing in crypto and other assets. Citadel is a subname, and there was an article that was posted. This article has actually gained a lot of traction, and it's actually supposedly it's been disproven, but I just want to read it so you're in the loop of what everyone on Twitter and around has been talking about. Basically, it says Blackrock and Citadel borrowed 100,000 Bitcoin from Gemini. It appears in their loan book. They swapped 25,000 of that Bitcoin into UST. This was all done quietly in anticipation of the attack. When the time was right, they called up Kwon at Terra Foundation and said they wanted to sell a lot of BTC for UST. As it was a large trade, they told him they didn't want to move the market and asked if he would like to buy their large block of BTC at a discount for UST. So Kwon took the bait. He gave them a huge chunk of UST, thus lowering the UST liquidity significantly. At that point, Citadel dumped all of the BTC, and UST, causing a massive slippage and triggering a cascade of forced selling in both assets. The real problem was BlackRock knew that Anchor, which holds a lot of Luna, was a Ponzi scheme. They offered 20% staking APOI, and this crash would trigger more withdrawals than Anchor can repay. These forced withdrawals and selling would trigger a massive sell-off in Luna, thus further breaking the $1 peg and wrecking the market further. BlackRock and Citadel can now buy Bitcoin back cheaply and repay the loan and pocket the difference. So again, this was something that was posted, and there's an article or a tweet by Gemini, who was supposedly, lend the 100,000 Bitcoin. It says, this was 2 hours ago. We are aware of the recent story that suggested Gemini made a 100,000 Bitcoin loan to large institutional counterparties that reportedly resulted in a sell-off in Luna. Gemini made no such loan. Now, Charles Hoskinson, who's CEO of Cardano, posted this, if you want to call it this tweet or article from 4chan, and he says, well, shit, back to the drawing board then. Anyone else got anything? After Gemini tweeted out the disproven for the loan. And then also, Blockworks comes out and says, Citadel denies any involvement in UST's depegging. So apparently there was a call they had with Blockworks, and they shot down rumors that it was involved in the depegging of Terra and Luna. So again, do I believe them? Not really. I mean, if you're responsible for one of the biggest depeggings in crypto history, as well as the drop of one of the biggest altcoins, you're of course going to deny that as well. So it's still yet to be proven who did it for sure. But again, there's still controversy, still rumors going around. So I just want people to always, say, be careful. Always be careful with your money wherever you're invested. And I'm going to go over that more with some stable coins, USDT and USDD particularly, that may show signs of depegging as well. So article here by CoinDesk was talking about Kwon's involvement in an earlier failed stablecoin project. And I'm not going to read all of this, but basically the project was called Basis Cash, and it was closely watched revival in DeFi when it launched in Ethereum in late 2020. And basically this was just before the launch of UST, and it sought to maintain $1 peg through code, not collateral, but it failed, and it sank below $1, which it now is at 1 cent now. So this was a failed project, and again, Kwon was one of the, I won't say creators, but one of the partakers in this, one of the devs in this, and basically it shows that it's a failed project. So a lot of people akin that to now seeing UST fail, hindsight 2020. Just some more ammo for people to use to say, hey, Kwon's a scammer, or he doesn't have a lot of good past projects, etc. So just something to keep in mind when you are investing. Always do your research beforehand on the CEO of whoever you're investing in. Now, next, looking at the Luna Foundation Guard, LFG, you can see all their Bitcoin reserves have been depleted. It's crazy to see this chart. Again, it is surreal. But again, you can see all Bitcoin reserves is 0 now. Okay, so that's crazy to see. And one of the reasons why, basically the sell-off on Bitcoin stopped and everything is kind of in limbo right now for Luna and UST at the current prices. Now, next, I want to talk about what's been going on with Tether. So Tether, you can see here, it had a slight depegging, if you want to call it that. 99.6 cents went down to, and it's recovered since then. Now, supposedly what this was is one of the whales sold USDT because they mistook it for UST, and that was just a letter difference. Who knows what to believe now in crypto. If that was the truth, then again, don't have a knee-jerk reaction to this. But I personally am invested more in USDC. That's where my majority of my stables are at. And then also I've heard BUSD is also a good stable. It's Binance's stable coin. So those two tend to be the big go-tos for anyone investing in stables right now, because Tether has had controversy in the past. So again, with the current sentiment of the market, you never want to be too careful. So something to keep in mind with that. Again, I don't think Tether will depeg, but just something to keep in mind. Now, next is Justin Sun's algo stablecoin. So, CEO of Tron, he's always been involved in shady stuff in the past, and he created a stablecoin that's actually algorithmic stablecoin backed by volatile assets, similar to what Kwon did. And you can already see now, Byzantine General posted this a couple hours ago, and basically it says his Justin Sun stablecoin is not off to a great start. So it was $1, went down to 99 cents. Now, again, hopefully this isn't going to be a Luna UST part 2 where Bitcoin just drops to 20,000. But all these billionaires are really trying to have battles, trying to make their quote-unquote stablecoin the best one around. And again, it's just making everyone else having to suffer for that. So please always be careful whenever you're investing, and always know what you're investing in before you do it. Again, you can see right now USD is 99.5 cents. But again, be careful what you're investing in, because you never know what could happen. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to try to keep y'all up to date on the latest drama going on with Luna UST, as well as other crypto news, not just that. But I definitely appreciate if you stayed this long. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like my video. Helps so much with the engagement. And again, please join the Discord if you haven't. It's a great community. Again, a lot of different chats in here. You have a free chat and a members chat going over new altcoin picks as well. So definitely join us. It's always a good time. We have everyone from around the world. We're always talking around the clock. So definitely join us. Have a good time there. Look forward to seeing you. Until next time, thanks for watching.